Some fruits and vegetables should not be stored in the fridge because cold temperatures can alter their texture, flavor, or nutrient content. While refrigerating them is not necessarily harmful to health, it can reduce their quality, shelf life, and taste. Here's a list of produce you should avoid putting in the fridge and why. 1. Tomatoes. Why avoid the fridge? Cold temperatures break down the cell walls, making them mealy and ruining their natural flavor. Storage tip: keep them at room temperature on the counter away from direct sunlight. 2. Potatoes and sweet potatoes. Why avoid the fridge? Cold temperatures turn their starches into sugar faster, making them taste oddly sweet and affecting texture. Storage tip: store in a cool, dark, well-ventilated place like a pantry. 3. Onions and garlic. Why avoid the fridge? Moisture in the fridge makes them soft and moldy faster. They also lose their strong flavor. Storage tip: store in a dry, well-ventilated area away from potatoes. Potatoes release moisture that can spoil onions. 4. Bananas. Why avoid the fridge? The cold slows the ripening process and causes the skin to turn black due to cell damage. Storage tip: keep at room temperature until ripe. If you need to slow down ripening, you can refrigerate a fully ripe banana, but the skin will darken. 5. Avocados. Why avoid the fridge? Unripe avocados won't ripen properly in the fridge and may stay hard and tasteless. Storage tip: keep them at room temperature until ripe, then refrigerate if you want to prolong freshness. 6. Cucumbers. Why avoid the fridge? Prolonged refrigeration can cause them to become watery and pitted. Storage tip: store at room temperature or in the fridge for short periods, wrapped in a dry paper towel to absorb moisture. 7. Basil and fresh herbs. Why avoid the fridge? Basil turns black and wilted in the fridge. Other herbs like cilantro and parsley can also lose freshness. Storage tip: keep basil in a glass of water on the counter like fresh flowers. Store other herbs wrapped in a damp paper towel inside an airtight container. 8. Peppers, bell peppers, chili peppers. Why avoid the fridge? Refrigeration can dull their crisp texture and change their flavor. Storage tip: store in a cool, dry place for short-term storage. Refrigerate only if you won't use them within a few days. 9. Breadfruit and jackfruit. Why avoid the fridge? Cold temperatures affect their natural ripening process and can make them dry or mealy. Storage tip: store at room temperature until ripe, then refrigerate only if needed. 10. Melons, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew uncut. Why avoid the fridge? Studies show that whole melons retain more antioxidants when stored at room temperature. Storage tip: keep uncut melons on the counter. Once cut, refrigerate in an airtight container. 11. Eggplants. Why avoid the fridge? Cold temperatures make them bitter, soft, and pitted. Storage tip: store at room temperature away from direct sunlight. 12. Pineapples. Why avoid the fridge? Cold temperatures slow down the ripening process and can make them less juicy. Storage tip: store at room temperature until ripe, then refrigerate sliced portions. 13. Pumpkins and squash. Why avoid the fridge? The cold causes moisture buildup, which leads to rot. Storage tip: store in a cool, dry place. 14. Apples, short term. Why avoid the fridge? Refrigeration can make them mealy if stored too long. Storage tip: keep at room temperature for up to a week, refrigerate only for long-term storage. 15. Mangoes. Why avoid the fridge? Unripe mangoes won't ripen properly in the fridge. Storage tip: let them ripen at room temperature, then refrigerate once ripe. Conclusion: is it harmful to refrigerate these foods? No, refrigerating these foods is not harmful to health, but it affects their texture, taste, and quality. In some cases, it may lead to spoilage or nutrient loss, but it won't make the food toxic.
Thanks for tuning in, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel Babayani TV for more interesting linguistic insights. Until next time, keep exploring the wonderful world of knowledge with us.